Are needs and wants completely different? Yeah, pretty much. Glory be to God. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to yet another episode of Yeah, Pretty Much, a show where I talk about anything, everything, and nothing for about 10 minutes every single Monday. And I know some of these be going longer than 10 minutes. That's why I say about 10 minutes every Monday. This is also a vlog channel, so go ahead and check out some of my vlogs. Subscribe while you're there, you know what I'm saying, if you like what you see. I'm still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Let's not forget that as a thing, you know. Right now, I'm looking kind of low, but we can still do it. There's still time left in the year, so tell a friend about me, tell your mom about me, tell your dad about me, tell whoever, and just tell them to subscribe. But enough of that. Let's get straight into what has been on my heart since maybe like Thursday last week. I was just thinking about some stuff as as I was putting up stuff for the house and just collectively gathering everything together to make this home a home. And I want to talk on the subject needs versus wants, of course, but I also want to talk about how to get what you want and how this ain't what you want. Come on, somebody. And I'm just going to start off with a definition first. We're going to talk about want first. The definition of want is to have a desire to possess or do something, wish for, right? So that's want. The definition of need is require something because it is essential or very important. So obviously, by definition, these two things are they're different, you know. And a metaphor that I came up with while I was thinking about all this is, I think it's scientifically proven that you can live a longer time without food than you can without water. Like, I think you can only live a week without water, but I think you can live longer without food. But so it's safe to say that we need water, right? Well, we need water, but we want juice. You see, and both have water in it, of course. But like, why don't we just drink water and only water if that's what we need? Like, if that's what the body needs, then why do we drink stuff like juice? Because we want juice. Come on, somebody. Come on. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Y'all see where I'm going with this? Anyways, so I want to tell you guys a story, and hopefully in this story you guys can get something out of it. And this is a true story. This really happened. If you know me and if you work with me, then you probably have heard this story before, but I'm gonna tell it for all the people who haven't heard it before. So I was working at this job, and let me make sure that the sound is rolling. It is. All right, so I was working at this job, and I don't know if you know this, but I work in video production and media and all this kind of stuff. So in the media field, there's always the need. There goes that word. There's always a need for new things. Like if you want to move with the trends, then you're gonna have to buy new things. So this past job that I was working at, they always upgraded according to what the need was in the market or whatever. So every time they upgraded, you have something old, right? So you have old technology just laying around. And I remember I saw this wonderful, beautiful, like almost mint condition retro iMac computer, right? And I really wanted it. Pay attention to these words. I really wanted it. I didn't need it because, you know, I have a computer and I have a laptop and stuff like that. So it wasn't a need, but I really wanted it because if you follow the vlog channel, then you know I went through this little phase where I was really into retro stuff. So when I saw this computer, I was like, I have to have this, right? Didn't need it, but I wanted it, right? And it was out on the table because they were planning on still using it for something, like maybe to like teach somebody how to use a computer or something like small but like still necessary. And I kept seeing it, like from that day forward. I just kept seeing it sit on that table, and I was just like, I really want this, right? And we have to be careful with the stuff that we really, really want, because if we really, really want something, because in the definition of want is the word desire, right? And so you don't want to want something so bad that it becomes lust. You don't want to lust after something. So I had to check myself in that. But I also didn't deny the fact that I really wanted this computer. So I didn't want to ask for it because I knew they were going to say no. Because you know how people are, like, can I have this whole computer? Like, they're going to be like, absolutely not. And I didn't want to pay for it because I didn't need a computer, So, believe it or not, they asked me to hook it up. They asked me to go set it up in this person's office. So as I'm setting it up, I'm being all delicate with it. Like, man, this is a just beautiful piece of technology or whatever. And it's crazy that I feel that way, because there's newer technology that's way better, but like something about retro technology that I'm just like, wow. But anyways, so just looking at the computer, I'm setting it up, and I'm like, man, I really want this. I even took a picture of it and everything, because it's just like, man, I really want this. And days and days went on, and I was just like, man, I kind of gave up thinking about having it and just kind of tried not to think about it. But it was still in my thoughts. I tried not to think about it. But thoughts go through your mind like, man, if I took this, I'm not a thief. I've never stolen anything. But like, thoughts go through your head. Like, if I took this, nobody would know. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, it was like, all right, Garrett, this is more than just one at this point. Like, you're all over the place, right? So I let it go. Mentally, I let it go. Physically, the thought of me having it, I let it go. It was just like, whatever. It's just a computer. I don't need it, so I'm just gonna let it go, right? And some days went by, and everything was fine or whatever. And then one day, my supervisor asked me to go turn it on and see if I could find some old files on it, and it wouldn't turn on. Like, the computer just wouldn't turn on. So then he was like, oh man, it must have got struck, like, because it storms real bad in this area, so it must have got struck by lightning, and the lightning must have took it out. It's an old computer anyway, so he told me to throw it away. And it's like, well, yeah, it is an old piece of junk, I guess you could say. But I pick it up, and I'm heading to the dumpster to throw it away, and I just couldn't pull myself to throw it away. I was just like, I can't throw this away. Like, I've wanted this for so long. I know I've given it up in my mind, but like, you can't just throw it away, And so I thought to myself, maybe I'll take it. Maybe I'll just take it, and I could probably go get it fixed and something like that. And then I was like, nah, Ashley probably wouldn't want me to spend money to get something like this fixed and all this kind of stuff. I was like, maybe I'll just keep the keyboard and the mouse. I was like, nah, he told you to throw it away, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm just thinking, like, what do I do? Do I keep it? Because that would technically, not even technically, that would be considered stealing. Would it be? What do you think? Leave in the comments below. Do you think that would be considered stealing if someone told you to throw something away and you didn't throw it away? Because it's like, it was trash anyway. But in my head, I thought it was stealing. So I was like, nah, I'm not going to steal it. But I couldn't pull myself to throw it away. So what I did was, I went back into my office and I tried to fix it. And if I was gonna fix it, I would have given it back to him, like, look, I fixed it, but I couldn't get it to work. And then my supervisor came in there, and he was just like, he didn't say, didn't I tell you to throw it away? But he was like, you're not going to be able to fix that thing. Just get rid of it or whatever. And then I was like, all right, fine. And it was a sad moment, but it is what it is. And I just want to say, sometimes that happens to the things that you want. Sometimes you want something so bad that it becomes something that is like lust or an idol, and then you get rid of it mentally, right? And then it comes back. Like there's a phrase that says, if you really love something, let it go. And if it comes back, that means it was meant to be. That's not the best phrase, but in this case, I guess you could use that phrase, because it's crazy, because I think God taught me a lesson out of all of this. And the lesson that God was teaching me is, if you really want something, don't take it. Like, if it's for you, you won't have to take it. It'll find its way to you. You know what I'm saying? If you need something, God will supply everything that you need. Like the Bible verse says, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And like, that means if you don't want, that means you have everything that you need, because needs are essential and wants are non-essential. So if God is your shepherd, then you're not going to want anything. You shouldn't want anything, because you got everything that you need. You see what I'm saying? But to wrap up the story and today's podcast, I couldn't pull myself to throw it away, so I gave it to a coworker and told him to throw it away. Yeah, it was that deep. But yeah, he went to throw it away. About 10 minutes passed, and then he came back with the computer and was like, the supervisor said that you could have it. And it was like, seriously? And he was like, yeah. He was like, knowing you like the techie, like nerdy type. So knowing you'll probably go get it fixed and have it running like new. And that's exactly what I did. So, yeah. So the moral of the story is, God provides everything that we need. There's things in the world that we want, but God provides everything that we need. And if you want something, ask God for it, because like it says in Matthew, God knows everything that we need and everything that we want before we even ask for it. So if you want something, ask for it. And if you can't get it, then don't worry about it. If it's meant to be, it'll be. But don't take it. No matter how bad you want it, don't take it. Just wait and see what'll happen. Yeah, I hope I was able to get y'all something out of that. Thank you all for watching and listening to my TED Talk. I love y'all. Leave in the comments below if that is stealing. If someone tells you to throw something away and you don't throw it away, is that stealing? Leave in the comments below and let's discuss. I love y'all, and I will see y'all next Monday. God bless. Yeah.